As we all know that we are talking about the national education policy, its implementation. I will not take much time, but I have few questions which I started asking to myself when we started discussing about a new education policy when it was under preparation, and now we are in the stage where we are going to implement it. So basic question was that what I am teaching to my students, the course which I am teaching to my student or the subject which I am teaching to my students, what the student is going to get out of my teaching. Or in other words, if I'm a student, I try to find out which course I should select and what I am going to get after completion of this course. Or even the parents start start looking for the better courses for their children. So as a small assignment for a few seconds, if you can take it down or write down, just write down what subject you are teaching to your student, what unit or what exact topic you are teaching to your student, and try to write down what the student is going to get after learning this. Is he going to get something which is going to help him for his getting a job, or if you want to start something, or you want to contribute to the society, is he going to get something out of what I'm teaching? This is a one part. Actually, if we see that at least we were not thinking about this in the past, the syllabus was there, curriculum was there, and our job was just to deliver the talk. But now we have to answer this. And if we try to answer this, then it's not really so easy if you start thinking from the point of view of a student. But yes, these are the questions which is everybody is asking today, and as a teacher we have to answer this. This is the one part which at least I started thinking about when we started talking about the new education policy. This was a one part, and exactly on this line, the term has been coined that the multi-entry and multi-exit. It means the student who if he discontinue after first year of the BSc or BA or any other course, is he going to get something out of that? If he is living after 2 years, after 3 years, or there is no meaning of this leaving any degree course in between, and he is going to lose everything. This is the few questions are there, and on this, to answer this, there is now term is coming like a multi-entry and multi-exit. Student can leave after first year, after second year, or like that. How these are going to help them? We start talking about that we are going to give them a certificate, we are going to give them diplomas, and after 3 years we are going to give them a degree. Is this certificate, diploma, degree, this paper is going to help them? Just try to think over this, try to answer this. This is only possible when we start defining what the student is going to get after first year, after first semester or second semester. Is he going to get some skill or something which will be useful to him after the first of this completion of first semester or second semester, or after third semester or fourth semester, or fifth semester or sixth semester? When we are talking about giving the certificate, diploma or degree, there may be a number of reasons because of which the student discontinue the study. So we have to answer this thing, and I think we don't have any better person than Dr. Marathe to address this, because we started, at least in our university, we started thinking in this line because of him only, because his questions and his way of answering those questions. As we know that from the next semester, most of the universities are in position to implement the new education policy. We are modifying the curriculum. We are also in that process only, and we are implementing the new curriculum under the new national education policy. So without taking much time, I think I should stop here and give a chance to Dr. Marathe for talking about this particular theme. He's going to tell us that already this system is existing. The levels have been defined, and on the basis of that, what we are today calling in multi-exit, multi-entry, multi-exit, it is possible if we follow the norms prescribed by the government. So with this, I take the leave from you. Thank you very much. I am very much with you in full session. So at the end, if we may have some queries, we can discuss it out. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Before starting with the session, I'll just take 2 minutes to introduce in brief our today's resource person, respected Dr. Ananta Marathe, sir. He is principal of Hanuman Vyam Prasarak Mandal's College of Engineering and Technology at Amravati. He has more than 41 years experience in the academics, of which since last 18 years, he is working in the capacity of principal. He has many awards and achievements at his credit. I will just focus on 2 which are very important. He has developed innovative technologies which are implemented and know-how transferred for organic solid waste management and plastic waste management, generation of dry hydrochloric acid, dry HCl gas through alternative route to sulfuric acid process, a project successfully developed from laboratory scale to commercial scale. A project was undertaken with Maharashtra State Seeds Corporation Limited, Government of Maharashtra Enterprises. He also has 7 patents at his credit. He has been awarded as Distinguished Principal Award by Computer Society of India. Then he has awarded by Vasundhara Mitra Award, that is by Nature Conservation Society Amravati and Satpura Foundation. He has Excellence Award in Publication category, also Excellence Award in Paper Presentation in the International Conference on Plastic Management and Environment, New Delhi. He is a member of various academic bodies, and he has a very close concern with national education policy even since the drafting process of NEP itself. So he is a right person to guide all of us. And the today's theme or the topic selected by him, it is Nsqf and its alignment. So once again, I would like to welcome him. Sir, very warm welcome to you. And now I would like to request Professor Marathe, sir.
Namaskar. Thank you, Dr. Varsha ma'am, for introducing me. I am feeling elevated because of your, in fact, introduction. I am sincerely thankful to Director UGC HRD Santa Amravati University, Amravati, my friend, Dr. Prasad Vadegaonkar sir, for 2 reasons. Firstly, of course, for giving me an opportunity, and most importantly, he has made my job a bit easy, because the way in short time he has introduced the topic, it was so lucid and exactly. He made the, you can say, the play field very even. What questions he has raised when we even talk about National Education Policy 2020, the questions which any teacher should ask to himself or herself before going for implementation of NEP. And those very pertinent questions, we are trying to answer from our today's interaction. Friend, he has specifically asked 2 questions. That is, whatever we deliver in what NEP calls it as academic stream type of education. That is, we provide information, we try to give knowledge, and probably present system of our higher education gets terminated at the level of providing and acquiring information and knowledge. What do I do with that information and knowledge? That is the most important question which Dr. Prasad sir has posed before us, and NEP 2020 is making see-through changes, or you can say disruptive type of revolution is proposed, and it will give us the correct answer, whatever is outcome-based education. It is learner specific, centric rather than teacher centric. And most important part of that NEP is the reimagination of vocational education. And there the answer which Dr. Prasad sir has posed before the questions, Dr. Prasad sir has posed before us, the answers are given in this chapter number 16. And precisely that revocation, imagination of vocational education and national skill qualification framework, multi-entry, multi-exit, those concepts we will be able to get the satisfactory answers of Dr. Prasad sir question. And last important point regarding his initial talk is, okay, the policy talks many things. Is it implementable? Is it feasible? Whether we have to wait for central government to make changes, whether we have to wait for UGC and other statutory bodies to do something, whether we have to wait for state government and other people to do something so that we can implement it, probably this is one area where we as a teacher, we as an institution, and we as a university can immediately start implementing the solutions of the otherwise difficult question which Dr. Prasad sir has posed before us. That is the wonderful part of this NEP, that what we will be discussing now, these things are implementable, and Santa Gadge Baba Amravati University has taken initiatives and steps to implement those changes proposed in NEP. Now, what are those things which we will be discussing? Our interaction will generally have 5 parts, my friend. First part is background of what is the relationship between National Education Policy and Nsqf, that is National Skill Qualification Framework. What is the relationship? Some background we will see. For that, some keywords we will have to understand. So in first part, 5 minutes or so, we will have that background part. Then second part will be what about this multi-entry, multi-exit part of higher education. Some part we will deliver on that. Then with this background, we will be able to understand the fundamentals of National Skill Qualification Framework. What are those Nsqf level which Dr. Prasad sir has mentioned? It will be a level type of education. It will be competency-based education rather than semester and year-based education. So that correlation we will try to understand, and the level descriptors we will discuss. And finally, we will have some case study where Nsqf, its level, National Education Policy, Nsqf level descriptors, and its alignment with the, you can say, actual implementation part of it. So one small case study we will discuss. This is how our coming 50 minutes available with us, we will try to divide. Now coming to the background, sufficient background Dr. Vadekawkar sir has given. So I will directly go to discuss with some of the keywords. Now, ma'am, please permit me to share the screen. I will start my PowerPoint presentation also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can.
No,
Please.
permitted, madam, permitted, sir.
Permitted.
Yes, please. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Clearly visible.
Yeah. So, first thing, in National Education Policies 2020, the relevant vision statement. Now, vision statement is quite big, but the relevant part of it, which is we will be interacting today, is about vocational capacities and Nsqf. The vision statement clearly mentions that in this national education policy, the academic capacities and vocational capacities will go hand in hand. What does it mean? Our present education system, particularly the higher education system, is completely divided in two parts. And it is like a isolated silos. It is growing in independent way without any interaction or without any, you can say, connect between two these. NEP says those two streams are, one is academic stream, other is vocational stream. What do they mean by academic stream? Academic stream means for conventional type of education which is focused on information and knowledge. While the demand, the out-based education system or stakeholders' demand is that information and knowledge, definitely they are important, but they are not sufficient. Along with information and knowledge, training and skilling, attitude and behavioral development which will suit with the working environment needs to be developed during higher education in the student. So learning objective of higher education system should have minimum 4 parameters: information, knowledge, training, skilling, aptitude and behavior. To view this complete, you can say 360-degree exposure to the student or offerings to the student, what is required is amalgamation of vocational part along with the academic stream part. So main thrust is giving in offering vocational education right from school level to the higher education level. And one of the vision statements says the key word is expansion. So flexibility, expansion, then outcome-based education, integration, mobility, and choices. These are the keywords in the policy, and they all will get, you will find surrounded around the term what is known as qualification framework. And National Skill Qualification Framework has to be aligned to get all these features of education, which will importantly will have flexibility, it will have choice, it will have expansion, it will have integration, it will have mobility, and ultimately it should be outcome based. So this is what is the keywords of the National Education Policy's vision statement, particularly relevant to our today's topic of interaction. As Dr. Prasad sir has importantly said, the important parameter, or you can say change, which is proposed in implementation of NEP is the provision of multi-entry, multi-exit higher education. So we'll have to understand why this change is considered to be important, and what, as I am saying, a major change or revolutionary change is likely to come once we accept the implementation of multi-entry, multi-exit higher education. Friends, first thing, we will have to understand that our present system, particularly higher education system, or for that matter, even school education system, talks about semester and year. So for higher education system, we say that a student is in first year of its degree program. He has passed first semester or second semester or first year and now entered into second year. From second year, we say that he enters into third year or final year. So this is fixed in our minds. Now imagine we have to forget year pattern and we have to understand it will be more of levels and competency achieved by the student. So year has less emphasis, more emphasis is what level of education, it means knowledge, skills, aptitude and behavior these 4 parameters, on that basis level will be decided, and level now year-based education will get converted into level-based, you can say, education. So National Skill Qualification has framed 10 different levels from level 1 to level 10, and for higher education system, say 5, 6, and 7 levels are equivalent, I may use the word, equivalent to our years of degree program. Say first year of degree, what we generally call, will become level 5. Second year of degree program will become level 6. And degree level, that is final year of our degree program, will become level 7. 8, 9 will be postgraduate, even 10 research level. Now, how this level, changing year system into level system, is going to benefit to the student? First and foremost thing will be the complete change in concept of education. First thing will be what level of competencies are expected, so that a student with certain competency will be acceptable to the job market. So if at certain level students want to leave the education for the sake of, say, earning or for any reason, he enters in job market. So his learning will be useful at any level to stand on his own feet. Youth will become strong even at any level. Say after earning something, he feels that, okay, I have to relearn something. So there has to be a provision of unlearning, relearning, and lifelong learning. So this level-based education will be based on the concept of learn, unlearn, relearn, lifelong learn. So a student, as and when required, can come back to the education system, achieve other attributes, raise his level to the next higher level, go back to the market. From 5th level, he has entered into 6th level, so he will have more opportunities, and his pre-learning will also be useful. After 6th level learning, he will go to the market, he may go to the market, learn something, come back, go to the 7th level. Again, like to highlight difference, I will like to highlight. In our present system, a student after 12th enters into university system, and say by some chance during his 6th semester, even after completing 5th semester, a student has to leave the system, education system, for any of the reason, immediately his status comes down to 12th pass. We don't certify the student unless he completes 6th semester or final semester. Then only we say that we will award you the degree. So somehow, even success after completion of successful completion of 1st semester, 2nd semester, 3rd semester, 4th semester, 5th semester, only a student is not able to complete 6th semester. In present system, he is termed as 12th pass. Now in new system, level-based system, competency-based system, if a student leaves after, say, even 6 months, that is 1st semester, we will be able to certify him with some months, that is 1st semester, we will be able to certify him with some certificate stating that he has acquired, imbibed certain sets of skills, certain sets of knowledge, certain sets of attitude and aptitude and behavior. So he will get certificate even after completing 1 semester or 1 year. He may get diploma after 2 years, and he may get degree after 3 years. So rather, even though I am using the word year, in fact, it will be the level. So 5th level, 6th levels, and 7th level, so on. This is the big change. Say if it is a 4-year degree program, the flexibility will be after 12 students will be entering, after achieving level 5, he can exit with certificate, he can re-enter laterally again, completing the 6, like that he will continue even for 4 years of his degree program, wherein Whenever at any level he has to exit, he will get certificates, diploma, advanced diploma, and finally degree. He may get major degree, he may get minor degree. So many flexibilities will come after implementation of National Education Policy 2020. And I am glad to state that Amravati University has already started implementing this thing. From July, this type of system will come in this university. For skill courses, say if after attending 30 credits and 6 months, that will be the Nsqf level of 4. What are these Nsqf? What are those levels? In short, within few minutes, I will try to explain. Then he will get Nsqf level 5. He will get diploma in vocational education, same as what is conventional education. Then he may get advanced diploma. He may get BHoc degree, PG diploma, MWork degree, even PhD. Same will be the case with our general degree programs, certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, degree, postgraduate diploma, postgraduate degree, and PhD. You will find that instead of now years, it will be more aligned with the levels. Say Nsqf level 4 means certificate, 5 means diploma, 6 means advanced diploma, 7 means degree, rather than year or time spent. So it will be the competency achieved, and it will be on the basis of levels, the certifications will be given to the student. Now, let us understand, I am using the word right hand levels and Nsqf. So let us try to understand what is this National Skills Qualification Framework or Nsqf is all about. Because our all education will be get aligned with the qualification levels. So it is necessary for us to understand the fundamentals which has come out from Nsqf, that is National Skills Qualification Framework. In fact, this Nsqf organizes the qualification according to the levels of knowledge, skills, aptitude, and behavior. It is not necessarily organized in terms of the period, that is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Obviously, they are coming with those years, that is a different thing. But these levels are aligned with the competencies achieved by a student. So those competency in the domain area of knowledge, skills, aptitude, and behavior. Now these levels will be defined in terms of learning outcomes. That is what the learner must possess regardless of whether they were acquired through formal, non-formal, or informal learning. So on the job, if the student has learned something without undergoing any of the formal educational institution, only somebody is working in some area, some industry, some workshop, and he has earned certain skills, those can also be assessed, and even they can also get certified. This is the beauty of Nsqf. So it is more of a quality assurance framework. Now it will be next task of NEP is of integration of these vocational attributes or qualities or competency-based skill framework with our regular, you can say, degree or certificate awarding mechanism. There will be integration in multiple ways, in horizontal as well as vertical way also. It will be integrated with vocational education, vocational training, as well as general education. So linking of one level of learning will be done with another higher level of, you can say, learning. It will be cross-linked with general education component, technical education component, vocational education component, formal education, informal education, whatever prior learning has done, all these integration will be done. That is what is the alignment of Nsqf levels in proposed national education policy. What will be the benefit? This will enable a person to acquire the desired competency levels. He will be able to move transit to the job market whenever opportunity comes. He can return back for acquiring additional skills, so higher level skills. So learning, unlearning, relearning, continuous learning, lifelong learning. This is the fundamental principles of alignment of this NSQF and integration of NSQF with all formats of education system. What are the key elements of this NSQF? It will be the nationally, it will be the basic principle of recognizing skill proficiencies and competencies at different levels, which will lead to the integration with international equivalency. So from local to global, that linkage will be there through skill, proficiency, competencies, and level-based education and certification systems. So it will be linked with the international level systems also. The available choices, flexibility will be for multiple entry and multiple exit, not only level based, but multiple entry and exit between vocational education, for skill training, in general education, in technical education, as well as job markets as well. And this progression will be defined within this skill qualification framework. What will be the, again, another advantage to the learner? It will provide an opportunities for all learners to continually upgrade their skills, to get their certified, whenever the competencies are achieved, and it will promote lifelong learning and skill development. It will also enhance the partnership with industry and employers. So self-employability as well as job market will be more available to the aspiring candidates. There will be a transparent, accountable, and creditable mechanism for skill development across various sectors, and it will enhance the potential for recognition of the prior learning. So these are the different important parameters of NSQF, and main objectives of this framework is to accommodate the diversity of Indian education and training systems, then allowing the development of set of qualifications for each level based on outcomes. Learning outcomes, outcome-based education is important factor kept in mind while aligning the NSQF. It will provide the structure for development and maintenance of progression pathway, and it will be easy mobility. So people will be easily move and readily move between different education training sectors as well as sectors and job market. So flexibility, mobility are the important aspects or attributes of this NSQF level. It will have national regularity and quality assurance arrangement for skill, that is general education as well as training also, and it has the main important point is to enhance the mobility and support for national and international level with NSQF compliant qualification with increased recognition of the, so it will facilitate the mobility. So this NSQF also will enhance the credit-based framework, and it will facilitate the mobility across general and vocational as well as technical and professional education system for the student. So now the curricula and all assessment processes are, you can say, aligned with NHEQF, National Higher Education Qualification Framework, and NSQF, that is National Skill Qualification Framework. This alignment process has already started. NHEQF is already established. NSQF is already established before 1914 only, 1913 only. NSQF by regulation is already established. Now, what are the keywords? When we try to go into further detail of NSQF and its alignments, some keywords we must understand before we go further. Those keywords are obviously NSQF, so national skills. So we have to understand the concept of skills. Q, concept of qualification. Recognizing prior learning, that is RPL. National Occupation Standards, that is NOS. QP, Qualification Packs. Curriculum Package, CP. Levels of NSQF. What are sectors and what are sector skill council? we the teachers probably have this keyword something new because we are not, you can say, very well accustomed with the words like Nsqf. We are accustomed with our course, paper, subject, syllabus, units. Those are the terms which we are accustomed with. But now, friends, we will have to understand what is NOS, what is QP, what is SSC, what are levels. So let us try to understand some of these keywords which are used in alignment of Nsqf and NHEQF as well. Now, skill means the ability to apply the knowledge. Dr. Prasad sir, first question, what is the use of what I teach? A student should be able to apply. It means he must have, along with information and knowledge, he must have skills. Skills for how to use, know how to complete the task and solve the problems. The skills are described as cognitive, involving use of logical, intuitive, and creative thinking, or practical, involving manual work, use of methods, materials, tools, and instruments. This is the meaning of skills, and which will come only through training and practice only. Qualification. Qualification will be the formal outcome of an assessment and validation process. This validation and assessment will be done by some competent body, and this will be a sort of a certification guarantee to the society that when we certify that this is the certificate we are issuing, diploma we are giving, advanced diploma we are giving, degree we are giving, it means we are giving the guarantee certificate to the society that this individual has achieved learning outcomes to the given standard. So information, knowledge, skills, aptitude, behavior. So each level, when it will be assessed and validated, after that only certification will be done, and that certification will be called as now qualification. RPL, recognition of prior learning, will be the process of recognizing previous learning, generally experiential, towards gaining a qualification. This is very important in NHEQF or Nsqf. If somebody has not gone to formal education system, somebody is working in some automobile workshop since childhood, so his skill of repairing the automobile will get recognized even though he has learned those skills in informal sector without attending any formal education system, but he has learned. So in this Nsqf, those informal educational learning, if it is giving outcome, it will also be recognized under the heading of RPL. This qualification pack, this is again very important concept we have to understand, friends, because earlier we used to say that, okay, Board of Studies had prepared certain syllabus, a teacher has taught certain syllabus, university has conducted certain examination based on syllabus, and a student has earned certain marks. So either he is in first class or second class and he has got certain percentage of marks. This is what we used to certify in our formal way of system. Here, the syllabus is not what only Board of Studies is proposing. Here, it is reverse engineering sort of thing. First, the job role will be fixed, and it is done by international agencies as well as at national level through National Skill Development Council, NSDC, in association with various industrial associations known as sector skill councils. So they have designed, they have studied and found out what are the various job roles in any economic sector and what is the level of job, right from housekeeping to the complete CEO level, even if we consider. So there are different levels of job. So for each job role, it may require different type of performance of number of tasks. So one job role is defined, the list of jobs or tasks to be done, that is listed, and combination of all the job one has to do. If I take very simple as housekeeping, So right from a person who does the job of housekeeping, that will be level 1. What a person is expected to do in housekeeper job till, suppose in my case, my peon to principal. At various levels, there are different job roles and tasks are different. So they are all enumerated, and enumeration, that list of tasks to be done, they are called as occupational standard. And combination of all these job roles to be done, they are called as pack, that is qualification of pack for that job role. So friends, we have to understand the methodology right from framing the syllabi. It starts from what are the various jobs available and what is exactly the nature of task to be done, and those listing of the tasks and making a person competent to perform the task. So that is what will be called as NOS, and combination of that all NOS is known as qualification and pack. So NOS and QP for each job role corresponds to the level of Nsqf. Let us understand this very clearly. First job role, then its level, what are the tasks to be done, listing of tasks, training for tasks, and all tasks together to perform in that job role of each level will be a QP, that is qualification pack. Who has formulated it? It is formulated at international level. It is formulated at national level through NSDC and sector skill councils known as SSC. So it is a Herculean task is already done. So let us understand now NOS. NOS is the measurable performance outcome. The word measurable is very important. In our system presently, outcomes, we are not able to really measure it. We write some PSO, program specific objectives. We write some course objective. But whether those objectives are measurable, in case of NOS, they need to be essentially measurable performance outcomes required for an individual engaged in a particular task. They list down what individual tasks should know and do. Know and do is knowing is not only sufficient, it is important, but not sufficient. Do is equally important word in case of drafting of NOS. Curriculum package. The competency-based curriculum package will consist of now syllabus, student manual, trainer guide, training manual, trainer qualification, assessment, methods of assessment, testing guideline, multimedia packages, e-material, all together is called as curriculum package. And for multi-entry, multi-exit system, for Nsqf alignment, what is required before implementation is availability of curriculum pack, that is NOS, qualification pack, together it will curriculum pack. So it has to be certified and validated by sector skill council, NSDC or state skill council. So methodology of the preparing our conventional way of syllabus, and in this Nsqf aligned syllabus, in both the cases, what ultimately is prepared is curriculum, but you will find the method of preparing is altogether different because this is an outcome-based education. So everything is mapped with expected task and expected outcome only. This is how the qualification pack and curriculum pack have come out, which are validated for number of professional levels by SSC and NSDC. Now, Nsqf curricula, now it will be modular. It will have, you can say, it must allow skills accumulation, credit accumulation, and facility of entry as well as exit. It has to be aligned with credit framework, which will reflect the credit earned and competencies acquired, and those credits will be, you can say, accumulated in academic of credit. Even training of trainers has to be also aligned with National Skill Qualification Framework. So trainers will also have to get certified from SSCs and NSDCs, so that only NSDC, SSC certified trainers will have to teach or train to the students at multi-entry, multi-exit level. Now, what are these sector skill council? I am using this word many times. These are the sector skill councils are the industry-led national partnership organization. Now, this is national level organization identified and certified by Government of India in consultation with the international level organizations. And they bring together all the stakeholders of their sector. Say, for IT sector, there will be IT sector council. For textile, there will be textile sector council. I will show you there are presently more than 36 sector skill council, and they have developed Nsqf and curriculum packs. I hope now when I use the word Nsqf curriculum pack, you are at least aware of these terminologies. Now these Nsqf, QPs and curriculum packs are developed by SSCs recognized by NSDC, Government of India, as well as international organizations. These sector skill councils are licensed and regulated by National Skill Qualification Committee. Up till now, NSDC has approved 36 sector skill council, and there are more than 600 corporate representatives in the governing councils of these SSCs. So already these things are ready with us. Now, once we have understood little bit of the structure of NSDC, let us interact something on Nsqf levels. Now, remember, this Nsqf, that is National Skill Qualification Framework, is composed of levels rather than years. And it is composed of 10 levels. Each level represents different level of complexity, knowledge, and autonomy required to demonstrate the competency commensurating with that level. The important attributes of each level will be the level at which information is expected, level at which knowledge is expected, level at which you can say training and skilling is, level of skills, to what extent skill is expected, level of aptitude for that role, and behavior. Say for example, some person is working in the front desk of office desk, receptionist work. So what is the expected knowledge? What is the skill expected over there? What type of attitude a person is expected to show? What type of aptitude is expected? And what is the, you can say, behavioral pattern for that level is expected. Now it goes to general manager level. The attributes will be altogether different. So the job role of a housekeeping job, a receptionist, a manager, a general manager, now that is divided into various levels. So similarly, there are 10 different levels which are identified by Nsqf. Level 1 of this framework represent the lowest complexity, while the level 10 represent the highest complexity. So vertical, analytical, very high level scientist is expected. Then he will be at job role of level 10. While the manual work is expected, that will be the level 1. Now these levels are defined by the criteria expressed as learning outcomes, volume of learning, notional time taken to acquire the qualification. That is how the levels and sectors are given. Now, one important point we should note that these levels are not related directly to the years of study. Now, since only 10 minutes are left, I will go a bit faster. So, knowledge, professional skill, core skills, and responsibility will define the level. So, these descriptors, level descriptors are mainly 5. The process required for that job role, professional level knowledge required for that job role, professional skill, core skills, and the level of responsibility. These 5 parameters decide the level, or you can say they are the descriptors of the level. Obviously, process is the summary of 4 domains corresponding to that level. Professional knowledge, the learner should know and understand with reference to that job role. Depth of knowledge, breadth of knowledge, kind of knowledge, complexity of knowledge. Skill, the skills will be cognitive, creative, communication skill, numeric skill, interpersonal skill, generic skills. These are the levels of skills. And core skills will be, which will be methods used for performing that job, material handle, tools to be used, instrument to be used for performing job, IT skill needed for that. That is how the skill levels are there. And finally, it is the responsibility that determines the nature of relationship, level of responsibility, the level at which the management is to be done, accountability of the actions. So this is how the levels are identified. And level 1, which is the lowest level. So here it is expected that the person should be able to carry out the repetitive and regular nature of job, manual nature of job. Professional knowledge is the only familiar with common trade terminologies and instruction. He should be able to take instruction from the boss and he should be able to understand those instructions. This is what is expected at level 1. And responsibility is, truly speaking, no responsibility. He is responsible for his own actions only, that's all. That is the only lowest level, that is level 1. Here, as we go higher and higher, you will find that responsibility increases. Now here, what we are more interested in higher education system, it begins with level 5. Generally, analogically, what NSQF talks about level 5, analogically, it is the completion of our first year of studies in present higher education system. So after completion of first year, just analogically I am saying, but truly speaking, after having competency of level 5, a student will get the certificate. So what are the basic attributes which will be taken or which will be outcome based measured is that lowest thing at level 5 will be this job will require well-developed skill and clear choices of procedures and familiar content. This is the level of, you can say, knowledge the student will expected to know. The student, we have to certify and validate the level of facts, principle, processes, general concept in the field of work. Skill-wise, range of cognitive and practical skills required to accomplish the task. Desired mathematical skills, understanding of social, political, and some skills of collecting and organizing information. And responsibility level will be responsibility for not only his own level of learning, but some responsibility for others' work of learning also. So this is the 5th level of NSQF. If a student acquires these attributes, university or college will be able to issue the certificate for acquiring the level 5. So what we are expected to judge or test is whether a student has basic knowledge and skills, communication, teamwork, ethics, digital competencies, and aspiration. So with some skilling, some internship, so our present syllabus is instead of year-wise, we will have to convert it into level-wise also. So when we design a syllabus for first year of our degree program, we have to ensure that level 5 attributes are also imbibed after completion of, you can say, first year of study by the student. Level 6 will be generally after completion of second year of study, and if student exit from the program, then we can give him diploma. But here it will be higher expectation. It will be the expectation of level 6, that is diploma attributes will be higher level of knowledge, higher level of skill. Now there should be critical thinking aspect, analytical thinking, good communication, you can say, and teamwork skill, ethics, digital competency, lifelong learning skills, aspiration, outlook, and engagement. Here the level of responsibility will not only for responsibility for self-work, but he should be able to learn new things while working in the job. That will be another responsibility, as well as he will be responsible for not only others' work, but others' learning also. So his responsibility level goes to higher level, and when he comes into our present conventional third year or final year, in NSQF alignment, that is level 7, all graduate attributes such as on knowledge level, he must be equipped with advanced knowledge. On skill level, he must be able to have wide range of cognitive and practical skills required to generate solution to specific problems in the field of work or study. His critical and analytical thinking skill should be higher. communication, teamwork must be of high level. Now, a concept of leadership skill must come into him. If we are graduating and we are offering him 7-level degree, ethics, digital competency, inquiry and lifelong learning, aspirations, personal development, and global perspective, outlook, and engagement. Now, responsibility wise, now he will be able to take full responsibility for output, outcome of the group as well as for development. Now he is not responsible for his work or his subordinate only. Now he is responsible for output of the group. To that level, competency has to be imbibed into that student. Then he will be known as level 7 and we will be offering him the degree. For postgraduate and higher education, level 8, level 9 and 10 level competencies. This is how Nsqf is divided from level 1 to level 10. As I told you, there will be the methodology for recognition of prior learning, whether through formal or informal way of learning. There are 36, you can say, sector skill councils identified and you can say recognized by Government of India. Finally, since my time is completing, I will come to the one model case study. Whatever we have taught, now is it in practice? Answer is yes. All these 36, you can say, councils have made thousands of curriculum having NOS, QP, curriculum packs, certification, diplomas, degrees, everything is already available. Now in our formal higher education system, university system, it will get integrated. One of the case study I will tell you, it is about say development of model curriculum. Now generally we develop a curriculum for a subject. We say that software engineering is my subject or some programming language is my subject. In case of Nsqf, such will not be the title of your course. Your course will be Junior Software Developer. So this is the job role. In IT industry, the person works as a Junior Software Developer. So the basic, the subject title, course title is the job role. So it will be having job role of Junior Software Developer. First change in framing the syllabus. Then sector, subsector, occupation, reference and level. Say everywhere it will be level based. Now for Junior Software Developer, next will be development of NOS, National Occupation Standards and Qualification Pack. Say for example, one of the job role, one of the qualification pack only for the you can say time sake, I will describe. The first qualification pack will be, he will have to be deliver accredited training service mapping to the curriculum detailed above in accordance with the qualification pack. Then what are the personal attributes expected after successfully completing this course, Junior Software Developer? For entry, what will be the minimum educational qualification? What will be the domain certification? What will be the platform certification? What is the expected to do this course? Now, what are the key learning outcomes? Say, after studying this, there will be 50 such NOSes. I am just mentioning for paucity of time only one NOS. So, this NOS, say this course will be of 7-hour duration, NOS number 1. And here, the outcome will be something: establish the nature and scope of IT industry, collect the information, evidence and facts regarding IT industry, identify the processes involved in managing IT industry, review the scope of industry with you can say appropriate people and incorporate their. So this is the type of a curriculum which will be taught to the student and it is the measurable outcome. So if there is assessment of this NOS 1, then assessment will be based on these key learning outcomes. And if the students has achieved, then only you will get certified for that NOS. Such more than 50 NOSes are there in one given curriculum. Say this is NOS number 2. So this is say introduction to IT services. So these are the key learning outcomes. So what is the one of the learning outcome? A candidate should be able to participate in discussion and review meetings as required. He should be able to organize data and information required for maintaining IT services. He should be able to provide immediate support to the people for maintaining IT services. He should be able to take instruction from senior. He should be able to give instruction, correct instruction to the junior. He should be able to give feedback to the senior. These are the outcomes which are outlined. And all these notches together makes the, you can say, the qualification pack. There are very good guidelines how the assessment should be done, on what basis the attributes are measured, what is the criteria for measurement of these qualifications and attributes for a candidate. Those very clear guidelines for assessment is also given. And finally, even UGC has come up with one very good concept of apprenticeship or internship embedded degree program in alignment with our Nsqf also. So this is the bird's eye view about National Skill Qualification Framework, its alignments, its relation with National Education Policy, and most importantly, this is the important part of NEP for which we, the teacher, with the institute, with the university, need not wait for anybody's instruction. Let us not look at somewhere else what government is doing, what central government is giving, what UGC is telling, no need. This important portion of national education policy can be implemented even by teacher with existing syllabi. Only our approach has to be changed over towards outcome-based education. Along with information and knowledge, we have to provide training and skilling. We have to develop proper aptitude and behavior so that when our candidate enters into job role, he is seamlessly accommodated because of his attitude, aptitude, behavior, type of skills he has, and the level of information and knowledge he has. So immediately, the answer to what Dr. Prasad sir has posed before us as a question that, okay, I have taught whether student has learned. If he has learned, what is the use of that? So these questions are very nicely answered if we align, integrate, make flexible, make credit-based our present system in accordance with NEP or Nsqf. Thank you. Thank you very much. If anybody has got any question, I am ready to answer to the level expected, whatever best I can do. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
If anybody has any query or question, please ask. Or if somebody wants to give inputs,
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Very good afternoon, ma'am. Very good afternoon, sir. Sir, actually, I am not from, a technical background. I have a professional education in the field of law. But what has interested me in your lecture was you said something about that anybody who is not having a formal education, right? And if that person is, having a knowledge of automobiles, how this policy would be helpful to such a person?
Ma'am, there will be a system of recognition of prior learning. Now, a student claims that he has learned through practical or experiential methods, that is right from childhood, he is working with his father in some workshop, and he says that, okay, I am good with those skills. He can always claim. There will be a mechanism of assessment. Without going through any formal education in any of the, you can say, school or college, he can offer that, okay, through SSC or National Skill Development Council or Sector Skill Council, he can appear for assessment test. For that, any formal education sector, maybe school or higher education sector, can enroll him for assessment part. Suppose he wants to assess only on skill, maybe fundamental knowledge and theoretical part he is not knowing. Okay, so level for the formal education sector will say that, okay, he is, in our opinion, level 4 he has already achieved, and we want to validate his knowing. So he will be placed for assessment before sector skill councils like Nsqf or Automobile Skill Council, and the council will test him for the skill what he is claiming. And if he secures more than 30% of the marks in that assessment, he will get certificate that yes, he has achieved of level 3.
Sir,
level
I have one doubt in this thing. I just wanted to know about, is there a need that the person should be literate in this case? I'm not talking about the skills. I'm not talking about the skills. Skills can be acquired, because if it's like that, we would like to help people who are actually not educated, who are not literate, but they are having the skills, so that they can also grow. They also get the opportunity and take a benefit of this kind of wonderful policy.
Right, ma'am. Now it is divided over 10 levels. Now let us imagine one student which we call that he has not undergone formal education. He does not have formal English, Marathi, Hindi, writing, or you can say reading skill. But he is having, so let us consider he is at level 1. So where he knows the method of doing his job at lower level, not responsible for others, only he knows his job and he can do his job. Let us start that, begin with level 1. So we at least everybody can get him certified for level 1. Now, once he is certified for level 1, he can enter into education system for level 2. Now there, at level 2, suppose some skills regarding communications are required. Something is expected to write and hand it over to somebody. In that case, that skill he can only acquire, get passed within few months for level 2. It has nothing to do with period of learning. Even with small 3 months, 2 months learning, he can go to level 2. If he is a fast learner, immediately after 2 months or 1 month, he can appear for level 3. Now he comes up to level 4. And after level 4, he can enter into a higher education system for level 5. So somebody who has done 12th has joined as first year of his degree program, and a student who has not done anything formally but has passed level 4 examination can also come into level 5 in his class. So this is
one
integration
last
is wonderful experience.
I got your point. I got your point. Thank you, sir. So you use the term in the very beginning of your lecture. You said that it's about learning, unlearning, relearning, and lifelong learning. Right. I just want to know what this unlearn here means, and then relearn.
Many concepts, particularly in IT industry, I say that I have learned some programming language. Now that programming language has, once upon a time when I was student, we have learned COBOL. If I still stick with it, or I do not forget it and I remain with those concepts of COBOL, I will never be able to learn Oracle, new language. So first thing, nowadays, this was never in part of education. Learning is always there, but sometimes you will have to learn to unlearn. You have to come out. No, now it is outdated.
It's with regard to what has become outdated.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Because this lecture was very, it was very interesting. My entire family, my husband, my brothers, they're all engineers. I am the only one, who's a lawyer. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir, please.
Sir.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar. Sir, I would like to ask you one question. if one of my student, he opt for physics, then mathematics, and then for sociology, and then he wished to perform practically in sociology as he performed practically in physics. So will he be able to continue that sort of education?
Sir, that is a little bit different than our today's topic, but yes, what is proposed in choice-based credit system, I will tell. There is possibility of learning some of the humanities subjects along with science subjects.
Yeah.
It is known as general interest course. If your student wants to learn sociology along with some practicals, that too in higher level also.
Yeah.
So during now I will come to semester pattern of system, all 6 semesters, either through MOOC or through the course offered by other institutes. Say your science institute may not be able to offer sociology, but arts institute, humanities institute will be able to offer some humanities course. That is known as general interest course, open elective course. A student will be permitted to select that GIC course from anywhere he wants to learn. Maybe from MOOC, or from the SIAM, maybe from other institute recognized by university. Only thing, it should be recognized by university. And progressively each semester he can take up higher level of courses in sociology. The proposed, you can say presently it is not implemented, but it is on the anvil. Soon in a year or couple of years it will be implemented. A student can get multiple degrees also. Major degree in physics, minor degree in sociology. Major degree in chemistry, minor degree in music. Such provision is proposed and is in very high active mode under consideration in our university as well. So it will, is it possible? Answer is yes, it is possible.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else has any doubt or question or wants to give inputs? Otherwise, we have to conclude the session. Okay. So we are in the last phase of our one-day workshop. And as everybody knows, it was a wonderful session. It was a very informative, and the concept, because initially when I had gone through the letter that we have received from UGC, there was Nsqf. So today, sir, thank you very much, Marathi sir, that the concept has got clear and we have received a very enriched information, which is authentic, and we have now understood, I can say that, all teachers, hopefully. And definitely it will be helpful for all of us to just enter in this particular new, NEP era, we can say. So with this, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Professor Marathe sir, as he has accepted our invitation, and today he has given us a valuable time, because time is the most important thing, and I know sir he has a very busy schedule. So thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the UGC HRDC and all teacher participant friends, I would like to thank you once again. Thanks a lot. And now, with the permission of director sir, I would like to declare that this workshop has been completed. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
sir.
everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Rasha, ma'am.
Thank you, Prasad sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rasha, ma'am.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you all.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.